It's Z Day 3, our very last day, and we're finishing it off with a bang. We've got our last little bit to do with a pencil, so grab that. We're going to be adding some shadows. Again, if you're more comfortable with adding the shadows on the left-hand side than the right, that's totally your prerogative. I like to add them on the right-hand side, and we're just going to do a drop shadow line on the right-hand side and down below. Just that floating line to give a suggestion of depth. Now, don't worry too much about this shadow because it's definitely not going to be the focus. It's just a supporting character. And it's time to go through and erase some of that extra pencil so that we can add some color. Remember, before you are adding color, and when you're erasing, you don't want to erase it too much because you still need to be able to see what's down below. But we're going to be coloring it everything, even the shadow lines. First thing is to start at the center with the jewel and decide what color you're going to do. I'm going to leave that purple for later, but you want to find 4 colors that are related for your jewel itself. I like to use the side of my page just to test out some colors to see which 4 will go together. They shouldn't have too much of a difference in color, but they should still be different enough that they look unique. Remember, you can use any color that you want. I've chosen these 4, the lighter 4, and then the 2 that are sort of purplish, just because I wanted to. So choose whatever you want. Now, your brightest or lightest one is going to be in one of the top corners of your jewel, and usually it's the one facing up because that's where the light would be coming from. So just a double check that it's the brightest. It's not. See? Double check, always helpful. So your lightest one is going to go in the top quadrant. Your next one beside it. Your darkest one goes opposite of that brightest one. Yep. So kitty corner. And then your final color in the missing space. Now go through and color in the rest of your letter with a color that will complement your jewel, but make sure that it is also a color that will make your jewel pop. If you want to add a little bit of depth to your letter, bring in that darker color. On the same side you drew your shadow on, blend it in a little bit. And then finally go in and draw in your shadow line. Your final step for this is to go and find that whiteout and add a little bit of sparkle to your jewel. And there you have it. We have combined many of the techniques that we've covered in the last 26 weeks, and I thank you so much for joining me for this. I hope that this has been something that has sparked you creatively, sparked you to pull out some paper and some random pens and just start creating without having to have too much time or worrying about being perfect. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I really hope to see you in one of my courses very soon so that we can continue lettering together. And I've linked to some of my favorites down below. Check them out and see which one will tickle your creative fancy.